And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And why, you ask, do I have a Mario Brothers mug going for today? Well, because I was finally able to see the new Mario Brothers movie. Don't turn off the video at this point and think, well, he's reviewing a cartoon, so I can stop watching. I'm going to talk a little bit about the movie, but more about the implications for us in our society and, of course, in our spiritual life or in our church. So I've been a fan of the Mario franchise since the 80s when it first came out, and I used to play it as a teenager on the old original Nintendo console, and I've been a fan of the series. They finally got to make a live-action movie. And so was it good? What did I think about it? I did see it. I didn't go out to the movie theater and see it. I saw it for free on a streaming service that I happen to have. Thank God I didn't pay for it. It was not very good. And, well, why? What did I think about it? Well, of course, the story follows the normal fairy tale narrative, right? There's a princess. She gets captured by the bad guy. And then there's an unlikely hero who has to risk life and limb against all odds and go and rescue the princess. It's the fairy tale narrative, right? But you can't tell that story nowadays. It's politically incorrect, considering our oppressive patriarchies. We can't have women and young girls see themselves as princesses needing to be rescued by a man. That's, inappropriate. We have to empower women. So what was their solution? The brain trust over there that made the movie decided, well, we're going to rewrite the story for the movie. We'll have Mario have to rescue, he's the hero, he'll have to rescue his brother, Luigi. So his brother gets captured by the bad guy, and Mario has to go rescue his brother. But of course, Mario doesn't know anything about this fairy tale world of, where the video game exists. So he has to be trained by the princess. And the princess is sort of this, impressive leader of her kingdom, basically. And she trains Mario, and she goes with him to rescue his brother. So that's how they decided to fix the problem. Oh, and by the way, how can we do that and take a shot at marriage as an institution at the same time? Well, let's see, we'll have the bad guy be the sociopath who is secretly in love with the princess and wants to marry her. And of course, she doesn't want to get married. Who wants to get married, right? And then if she doesn't marry him, he's going to kill everybody and destroy her kingdom. So that's the kind of person that we associate with marriage at the same time. All of this, of course, a revisionist writing of the fairy tale narrative, being done under the guise of we're going to empower young girls and young women. Now, you might say, Father, what's wrong with this? And here's where I'll just sort of tell you my honest opinion. It's probably going to get me into trouble, but that's always a little fun. I've got 2 daughters. And so, of course, I'm all for empowering young girls. I don't want my girls to think that they can't be competent, they can't be intelligent, they can't go out into the world and stand on their own 2 feet. I want them to do that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. At the same time, I wonder if we're considering the effect, though, that this is having on our young men, on our boys, because I have 4 sons. And there's something innate, something intrinsic, something just in a man where he wants to be the knight in shining armor. And I think it's because secretly he sees his girl, whether it's his girlfriend, whether it's his bride, whether it's his wife, he sees her as a princess. And so he wants to be chivalrous, right? He wants to know that he should open the door for her. I've tried to teach my sons to do that. He wants to know that you behave in a basic way that shows honor and respect and protection to women, because women are special, right? They are the brides, they are the wives, they are the mothers of our society, and they deserve honor and respect. When you walk down a street together, as a guy, you stand on the outside closer to the traffic. You always have your bride stand on the inside, that if anything happens with the car or traffic, you're able to protect her. If someone gets hit, you get hit. She doesn't get hit. We should be teaching our young men that, the same way I taught my sons that. Chivalry. Well, they want to be the knight in shining armor. But what we're doing now is saying, no, that's part of an oppressive male patriarchy. You have to just see your woman as equal. And women, young girls, you should see yourselves as being the same as men. To that I would say, and what I would say to my daughters, why would you want to be the same as men? Gosh, you're already in a higher position. Why are you lowering yourself down to the same degree as the guy that's got to risk his life to save you? Wouldn't you rather be the one in the castle? I don't know. But the implication here is, what are we doing to the view of the relationship between men and women, the idea of marriage, the idea of motherhood? You don't need any of that. You should be a leader. You should worry about your career. You should worry about all these other things. You should basically just try to be a man. And I think we're losing sight of the fact that it's okay to be a woman. In fact, it's special and unique and beautiful to be a woman. And we can also sort of encourage that in our young girls. And from the point of view of the church, I think that that's something that the church always feels. The church has never encouraged an inequality in terms of saying women are lesser than. But the church does say, but women have a special and unique role. And that speaks to their uniqueness as a woman. And that's something to be celebrated also. And it's something about teaching young men how to treat young women. And that there should be a sense of honor and respect, right? There's nothing more irritating when I watch YouTube videos between, younger men and women, people in their 20s, to hear a man call a girl bro. There's nothing more just irritating and irksome than that. That we're starting to teach our young men to treat women like bros, right? Just like, hey, fellow dudes, you're just another guy just like me, right? No, she's not. She's a woman. She deserves honor, she deserves respect, she deserves protection. You're supposed to treat her in a special way. And that's something that perhaps we can encourage and have the best of both worlds. Make sure that women aren't being oppressed, but make sure men know how to treat women with honor and respect. And we can do that and try to encourage that moving forward in our society, and do that each and every day. Amen.